All right, you entered a plea to count 1 of no contest on January 13th. Count 2 in the enhancement was waived without objection. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15 years in the prison. The state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. They're taking into consideration 2022 CR 8371, and there's to be no contact with Natalie Rodriguez. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report and the TAP evaluation? State?
I have, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Any objection to the PSI report? State?
No.
Defense?
No, Judge.
All right. Are there any witnesses? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense? Any witnesses? So this is just argument?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All right, state?
Your Honor, Mr. DeLomba has a criminal history going back to when he was a juvenile, where he was committed to TYC for 3 different offenses, starting in 1997. Since then, Your Honor, he has picked up an alarming number of serious felony charges, failure to stop and render aid, drug cases, 2 assault family violence cases, one of which was a felony where he got 2 years TDC. It looks like he's gotten 2 years TDC on 2 different dates, a 4-year TDC on a different date. He has gone to TDC for 12 years on a robbery. And of course, we're standing here today because he was indicted on the case he pled to, as well as another assault family second. Also notable is that he hasn't escaped from felony custody for 12 years. Your Honor, and you're looking at the facts of this case also, 19.867 grams of meth.
Excuse me. Who has the phone on?
I'm sorry.
Almost 20 grams of meth, Your Honor. This is a level of possession that is indicative of having a large network, a large access to this type of drug, which we do know he is Mexican mafia. And in the offense, to the officers that day, he also admitted that he is a sergeant in the Mexican mafia. Your Honor, this is an individual who there's no indication in his history in the current charges that he would be willing to turn his life around or benefit from probation at all. He has gotten a tremendous benefit with this bargain, given the fact that he was minimum 25, and he has been multiple times, and he has continually gotten the benefit of a bargain for that. Your Honor, it is the state's strong position that he be denied his application for probation, and we would ask for the full 15 years.
All right, defense?
Well, yes, he's got a very long, very bad history. I'm getting away from that, Judge. So it is what it is, and Eric comes to me the way he does. I think, and I have not gone back and looked at all of the arrests and the dispositions, but my understanding in talking to Mr. DeLomba, I don't know this is true. I think Eric is the guy, or has been the guy historically, that just continually takes time instead of taking opportunities to try to rehabilitate himself.
Right, and counsel, this is the criminal history.
Well, I have that, Judge, and it is long and extensive. What I'm saying is those are his juvenile arrests, but on the felonies, I'm not sure if those were probations that were extended to him and accepted that resulted in pen trips. Now, he informs me that he's never actually done that. I don't know that, but what I can tell you is that cycle that you're looking at, he really, truly would like to try and break. And the only way he's going to do that is if the court is willing to extend him a probation. Now, I know this is a large ask, but Mr. DeLomba would like to try to break that cycle right there. That's all I have, Judge. I don't know if he wants to talk to you.
Would you like to speak to me, Mr. DeLomba?
Do you want to talk to the judge? If she gets to ask you questions, be mindful of that.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, so my question for you, this misdemeanor case of assault, bodily injury, married, where you did 90 days in jail, what did you learn from that? I mean, what did you learn? Usually when people, well, you hope that when people go to jail, when people go to prison, they learn something. So I'm trying to figure out, what did you learn from that?
I don't know.
All right. And this unauthorized use of a vehicle where you received 14 months in the state jail facility, what did you learn from that?
I did.
Because see, yeah, I'm gonna need you to speak up so she can hear, okay?
I didn't learn from that.
All right, and then we have the 4 years in prison for the failure to stop and render aid. What did you learn from that? And then you have 2 years for possession. Did you learn anything from that? And then there's 9 months in the state jail facility for possession. Did you learn anything? And then the assault family second, 2 years. Did you learn anything? And then we have the felon in possession of a firearm, 12 years. Did you learn anything?
Yes, ma'am, and that, I did 9 years on that 12-year sentence.
And what did you learn?
I got college trades and everything, and I tried to help myself out. You know, I got caught up in the ways again, in the same cycle, I understand that.
Okay.
But I got my college, I got 3 college certificates, trades that I was trying to, use upon my release. And I caught up again in that cycle of drugs.
All right. And
addiction.
then this escape from felony custody where you did 12 years. What did you learn from that?
The same. That's all the same.
All right. And this escape from felony custody, is this actually an escape from prison, or is this escape from a halfway house? What is this escape from?
No, it's just evading arrest.
Well, evading arrest is called evading arrest.
Exactly. But that's what I signed a plea bargain for that.
Okay.
And I didn't know that that's what was going to be.
All right. Well, the robbery is tied to that for 12 years. And then now we have a new assault. This is what I always tell people. Look at people as individuals, and sometimes you're at a different place in your life, and hopefully everybody's learning. But criminal history is sort of like a credit report. It's sort of like if you have a credit report and your credit report is you don't pay your bills, then people may not want to let you get the vehicle or let you get the home. And so your criminal history is sort of a credit report for me to say, would this person be good on probation? Has this person learned anything? Have they not learned anything? Is there anything that can be done to help them? And then there are cases for me where it's this person needs to go to prison. You understand? So I'm looking at all of that, but I'm also looking at you as an individual. And for me, people are more than just their criminal history. All right. Counsel, do you have questions for your client?
Do you want to say anything? I don't judge, and I can see where this is headed. I just asked the court.
Well, I mean, we never know what road if we're turning a left or a right, the state may have some questions, and we can see where they take this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Mr. DeLamba, when you were sentenced for 12 years, when did you, or did you get paroled for that?
Yes, ma'am, in 2021.
So in 2021 is when you were released.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what was the offense date for this? Mr. DeLamba, do you remember the offense date?
July,
Of what year?
2021,
So what month were you paroled from prison?
April.
So from April to July, you were able to accumulate a large amount of narcotics for sale.
Right.
Okay, and is it safe to say that your role as a sergeant in the Mexican mafia was a big part of that?
I'm an ex-member.
I'm sorry.
I'm an ex-member.
Okay. So when you were arrested for this, you did indicate to officers that you were. Correct.
I did not tell them that.
Okay. Where did you get the black brush with the screw top where you hid the drugs?
That wasn't mine. That was the brushes. That red hair on it and everything. That what they saw on me.
Okay.
And she informed the detectives that I was in possession of that brush with drugs in it. It's the same person that put those songs on me.
Okay, so you're saying those weren't your drugs?
It was mine and hers. It was. Yes,
Okay, so it was yours.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, so again, the brush with the screw top, was that something that was created by someone? Was it purchased?
That's what it was in.
Okay.
It was used to hide it.
And you said you sold about an ounce a day. What did you charge?
I was using.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to need you to speak up so the court reporter can hear, okay?
I didn't sell the drugs. I was using the drugs.
So you had almost 20 grams of meth just for personal use? No further questions.
All right, any follow-up questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, so the state has informed the court they want your application denied and they want the full 15 years. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, just of course, any leniency that the court can get. And, you know, I can't get away from the way he looks on papers, but as the court has already said, and it's sad that Eric can't get out of the cycle that he's in. I always want to believe that they want to break the cycle, and I believe Eric does. He's been unable to do that. Another lengthy prison sentence, well, you'll get your pound of flesh, and I'm not saying that's not fair, but you know, and he may not deserve anything in the court's eyes, but I always, he's a human to me, and I think he deserves some consideration.
All right. Well, I treat everyone who comes here as a human being. As I said before, I see people as people. Sometimes you ask yourself, why did this person take a left instead of a right? And honestly, I always wonder when people are in first grade and kindergarten, how did their life get to this point as opposed to doing something else? You wanted to say anything else, Mr. Dilemma? I saw you raise your hand.
Just on the ask for leniency. I do have a drug problem, and every time I get out, I go back right back to it. I want to try to break the cycle. This is the first time I've ever asked the court for any leniency, for any help for my drug addiction. I've always took a plea bargain for everything I've done and done my time. Everything that is on my record, I've done my time for. I've already, tried to get over it, and that's not helping me. Penitentiary is not helping me. I need something. I need something that's going to help me.
All right.
I'm asking the court for help.
All right.
Drug addiction.
So, Mr. Dilemma, here's the thing. I am going to deny your application. Now, they do have the therapeutic community at the prison that can help you with your drug addiction. I can't order them to place you in it. I can put a request in and say that you be requested for the therapeutic community. But if you don't ask for it, they definitely won't give it to you. If you write a nice letter, maybe have your attorney write a letter stating about your drug addictions and how you want to turn your life around, maybe they'll allow you to be in it. But I don't think you will be a good candidate for probation. And that's the reason why I'm denying your application. And I look at it globally. It's not just your history that makes you someone who I think is not a good candidate. All right. So I want to let you know that I heard everything you said. I internalized it, and I'm looking at you as a human being, not just paper. Okay. All right. The court is going to find you guilty, taking in consideration 2022 CR 8371. I don't know if I have that. There's to be no contact with Natalie Rodriguez. So make sure you have no contact with her. Okay. credit for any time served, the therapeutic community, and I'm going to sentence you to 15 years prison. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your rights, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Lamba, when you get out, I know it's hard to do, but you're going to have to change people, places, and things. You understand? All right, good luck to you.